Second time interviewing Sydney Wetherbee. She drives the 33Z Dirt Car Sportsman here at Legends Raceway. I talked to her a few weeks ago. She won a heat race, but that was the first time that I did it. She is 22 years old. She just graduated college with a civil engineering degree, so she's the same age as my oldest daughter, following a similar career path to my youngest daughter. Sydney, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So how was school? How was engineering?
It was good. The last 4 years flew by, but I can say it's all worth it because I graduated with a job and I started working.
Where are you working?
I am a structural engineer for the DOT out of Cornell region.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do then?
Currently I'm on a project where I'm designing a new bridge, a full reconstruction of a bridge. So
wow.
From scratch. So that's pretty cool. Everything from the girders to the flanges to the deck. So it's pretty cool.
Everything that holds it together and everything else too. So
exactly.
Is this what you envisioned yourself doing when you started college 4 years ago?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, definitely the whole civil engineering. I'm at the desk a lot more than I thought a little, but I still get to go to the field. So yeah, I'm glad I stuck with it and continued with my plan.
So were you just that kid that just did well at math and science from kindergarten on?
Exactly. I was the kid that grew up loving math and thought math was fun. So they push you towards engineering when you think math is fun because not many kids like it.
Do most kids that are similar to you that like math, do they end up taking a similar path, or are there other offshoots they can choose for somebody who's just good at math and likes it?
I would say a lot of kids that are good at math end up in engineering because other than if you want to be a math teacher, getting a math degree doesn't offer as many options down the line. Whereas if you become an engineer, once you get the degree, like a mechanical firm can hire you, an aerospace firm can hire you, civil can hire you. It really doesn't matter.
Oh.
Yeah, so you have a lot of lateral movement in that.
So the word in front of engineering doesn't matter so much?
Not as much, not until you take your bigger principal engineering exam, but that's 5 years down the road after you graduate.
Oh, there's something else you have to do?
You can, yeah.
Oh, you can? You don't have to?
No.
And what does that get you?
That gives you to stamp the project, so you don't need a higher up engineer to tell you this project is safe.
Almost like being a master plumber. There has to be somebody above it to say, I approve this, and that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Okay, now let's talk some racing. How are we doing on the track?
We're doing very well. This will be my 5th night out in this. Last week with Canada off, we took a trip to Fulton. My first time there ever, obviously, and I had a ton of fun.
Yeah?
A lot of fun.
Did you make it in?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We passed a lot of cars. I started 9th in my heat. I got to 3rd. Started 11th, I think, in the feature. Got to 5th. So we moved. We weren't exactly the fastest. We needed a 10th or 2, but we were quick.
Okay, and enjoyed the track?
Yes, I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
Yeah, it couldn't be more different than here.
No, I was shocked, but it was fun.
Yeah, lots of probably went in the corner the first time going, where do I go? Do I go up there or down here? Right?
Yeah, and it's quicker. The corner's quicker.
Yeah, because with the bank, you can really charge it probably more than you thought initially,
and
right?
They're smaller than Canada was, so it was nice.
What groove did you end up running, or did we look around?
The bottom. I'm always the bottom.
Okay. Well, I think usually when you get to someplace you don't know, the bottom is the default groove, isn't it?
Yeah, and then it just seemed as the top wasn't there, even in my feature.
Okay.
Everyone was running the bottom to the middle of the racetrack. I probably should have moved up to the middle, but I have little experience. So.
Yeah, but next time you get there, you'll know to look around a little bit. But there is something safe about the bottom, right?
Yes.
Right? Nobody's going to sneak under you. You really only have to look over your right shoulder and see somebody. So going to go back maybe, because I know they have a big show at the end of the year.
We are. We're gonna go back to the Outlaw 200. We'll run the novice show there the Thursday night. And then anytime Canada goes off for like the fair or something, we'll go there.
Gotcha.
Yep.
How is our comfort level right now?
Pretty good. It's getting better and better. We changed the steering box in this from a 12-to-1 to a 9-to-1.
Oh.
And that helped my comfort level a lot coming from a sprint car.
So a lot less movement on the wheel does more, right?
Coming from a sprint car that was a 9-to-1 and quicker steering wheel to begin with, it helped a lot. And that was my first week last week with it.
Micro or 305?
305.
Why'd you get out of that? Seems like more people are getting into that than getting out of it.
They just don't race everywhere weekly, and with me getting a full-time job, I can't take every Friday off to go to the series and stuff. So
yeah, you can't just leave it too.
No, so this gives me a better opportunity to travel and
I get that.
More room for rainouts and stuff. Like if Canada rains out on a Saturday, they can't go anywhere.
Right.
Now I can go to Fulton. I can go anywhere.
Yeah. So. For the sounds of it, you like Fulton. You definitely might go back there at some point. Where do you see yourself?
I just see myself. I think we'll finish the year novice sportsman, and then next year we'll make the jump up.
Okay.
Just to make sure when we jump up, I'm comfortable and not going to be
Yeah.
in any way.
Yeah, I'm sure you've looked at lap times and said, I got a while to go, right?
Actually, here we're running about mid-pack times in Sportsman.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fulton, we were a little far off.
How far?
Probably like 7/10.
Okay. All right.
Here, we're running like right around, we're like 10th or 11th
Okay.
time. So not awful, not
Okay.
great. I'm sure we'll be slower around cars.
Mhm.
But I still think with the new Legends class being very good with Ridley and Darling,
Yeah.
they give me enough competition that I can stay where I am and still learn.
Be nice to get one, right?
Exactly.
Before you move up.
Exactly.
Because I've always thought learning how to win is kind of its own thing. Because when you're out front
Yes.
and there's nobody around you, sometimes where do I go?
Yes,
You can
yes.
think about, wait, I think I hear something over my left shoulder. Wait, or is it my right shoulder?
And it gives you time to learn like when to move lines in a race and stuff like that. So definitely with just having a couple races in the car, we might as well race this year in novice. And
Yeah.
the novice class is no joke here, so
Yeah, because when you're leading, sometimes you do want to move around just a little bit. Even in a heat race where they're taking 4 maybe, and if
Yeah.
you're the leader, it might be good to, well, let me go up there and see what it's
Exactly.
like, right?
Yep.
But if you're not comfortable and confident enough,
exactly.
I just want to get this, I put the blind, is it that simple?
That's how I am.
So it is that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you want to say thanks to?
I would definitely want to say thanks to my dad and uncle at the racetrack, and obviously my dad I could never do without. I also like to thank Tyler Corcoran and Yorker. They do my tires and they help
nice.
trackside support. They help me, and Kevin Root. Those 3 boys help me all the time at the track. And obviously my sponsors of Expressway, Auto Auction, and the Metalworks, and Matthews Buses. And they're all so helpful in getting onto the track, so I can't thank them enough. And then, yeah, just next level of detail is a big one. Go there, they detail everything. So that's who I'd like to thank. And then obviously my family, because without them, I would not be here.
Some engineers are good with metal stuff. If they needed an employee for the day, could you?
Yes.
Oh, you could. You could
Yeah.
get in there and run all that equipment. You know, all the lathes, all that stuff.
Like
You
I
can run all
could do
that.
it pretty well. I probably need some training, but
At least a refresher, at least,
Yeah.
right? Well, good to finally chat with you. And now you guys know a little bit more about her. She's quite the young lady, and it'll be fun to see where her career takes her down the road. Good job, and we'll talk to you soon.
thank you.
Guys, make sure to subscribe. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss good stuff like this right here.